Hey, this is Angie, and this is Brett. We are Smoking Snakes, and you're watching the Crash Course Metal Show.
What is going on, guys? Look who we have with us here again. We got Basement Brian. What is going on, my man?
How you doing, sir? Thanks for having me on once
You
again.
got it, man. So we are going to be doing something fun today, right? We are going to be doing basically part 2, the second episode of our favorite Sleaze Metal songs.
But they will be in conjunction with each
Correct,
other, so
correct.
you can see both.
So yes, if you're seeing
no-
this, hopefully you're seeing it after Brian's, because this will be aired an hour later.
But there was no continued at the end of mine.
Yes,
so
you
it's like
won't have to
old
wait a week.
70s cop show.
Yeah, you won't have to wait a week for the new episode. So,
Yeah.
Brian, just for defining purposes for people who might not be aware of what sleaze metal is, can you kind of just give your what you would tell someone what sleaze metal is?
Yeah, all right, so we had some criteria when you're on my show. It's got an attitude of just not giving a shit. That's a big part of it. We established that drinking and drugging are a huge part of it. Most likely you start at 9 in the morning. That's your day job. And at night you play instruments. There's a look, definitely. The torn jeans, leather jacket, and sleeves of tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And the sound. There's a sound of this music as well. Counting off my fingers, but you can't see much what I'm doing. But you also have the raspy voice of the vocalist, and we said there's a sound to it that's hard to really describe, but when you hear it, you know it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Factors.
Very good criteria, because like kind of like, to me, I will throw in it's kind of has that seriousness. It has that darker tone. You can say, I mean, the darkness kind of comes with the maturity, but there ain't necessarily, it doesn't have to be mature lyrics, but it is more about real life, I will say.
I was going to say experience has got a lot to do with it. That and hepatitis. Hepatitis.
That is a qualification for you to join the band, Brian. So yeah, you need that. And, being in a jail cell usually once a week is
once a week
adds cred.
That's right.
Adds cred to your joining a band. But I would say that that's a pretty good criteria, qualifications. Like, it does fall in that hair metal umbrella, but it's a subdivision of it, because obviously your poisons aren't sleaze metal, like,
no.
But and like you said, when you hear it.
Hang on right here, guys. We're gonna go to the store on the corner and get a couple beers.
Your Poison, Cinderella, your more glam ones seem more clean, while these dirty and just again look like they have hepatitis. They haven't showered in a week and just shaking their hand. You might catch.
Yeah, you won't be caught hanging around with them.
Yeah, if you do, he's probably in jail. You're probably gonna go to jail eventually for something. Something's gonna come up because it's like they'll be professional musicians, and then you add drugs and booze to it, and now they're an addicted asshole, and that's something you deal with, and God knows what kind of. Unless you're like that, it's a problem. You're like, oh yeah, all the time drinking and drugging and going to jail and getting arrested and getting. If you're not one of those guys, you're like, oh, we gotta get rid of this dude.
Yes.
The drum problem. Like Guns N' Roses. They booted Steven Adler for too much drugs. You're in Roses, you got to be doing a boat of drugs if they kick you out for it. It's just way too over the top.
Yeah, life took a 180 at some point there.
Yeah. You're going one way and the wrong way on a one-way street, doing a $180 and it schools.
Perfect criteria. That is
there you go.
That is the dangerous side of hair metal, if you will. So Brian, we have 10 total here, songs that we absolutely love in the sleaze metal division. Give me your first one here.
All right, my first one. I almost booted this off, put it on, because this is definitely a sleaze album. The song from the Sea Hags One and Only album, Half the Way Valley. I mean, not only this song, but the entire album just drips dirty, grimy sleaziness. The whole thing is like that. And you look at the band, they just look like a fucking problem. I mean, they eventually broke up because of drugs. So there's one of your criteria right there. I think the bassist died from pneumonia, like Freddie Mercury. It was pneumonia that got him, that kind of thing. I mean, management issues broke up within a year after the album was released. So it's like they had a lot of these sleaze metal fuck ups and problems. But yeah, this song is killer, and it's just again drips of just sleaziness. It's a really solid album too. Unfortunately, I didn't get it came out. I found out about it years later, but yeah, this definitely belongs on the
Yeah,
list.
that's a good pick. That's a good song. That was like one of the singles I think off
Yeah,
of the
I
album.
had a video for it.
And Someday I think was the other single.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's a good album. I actually do not get to that album as much as I should. But like
I'm the same. You're right.
yeah, like Too Much T-Bone, Misfortune. Really, it is. I mean, it's a good album. It's just I just don't get to it that much. But I understand like that is a band that I kind of forgot about. It was that the band that you kind of forgot like as to where they to be on this list?
No, I had them on. I switched things around. I put them back on. I was all over the. The reason why they're on the list. First, I like the album. You're right. I'm the same way. I should visit it way more than I do because it is that good. Just you listen to any song off this album, this is sleaze metal. It's just there's no way around it. I was like, just by the qualifications, it's got to be on
Yeah,
this list.
yeah.
I do like this song. The album is really good.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say it's not, but yeah, just listening to this, you're like, ugh, this guy's got something. He's closer. The drummer's lip gave him something.
If that's the story we're going with, I'll ride or die with you.
Sure.
All right, that's a good pick. Good pick. So my first choice here is going to be from Nasty Idols with their off the Vicious album, and that is going to be Heads Down in Tinseltown, the lead off track.
Mm-hmm.
They have a music video, and it was a single, but obviously 1993 from Sweden as a Swedish band. Like, obviously, it ain't gonna get no traction. So,
Yeah.
but very, very sleazy. Just even like a very dirtier, sleazier, faster Pussycat, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But with this song, this song and album is heavier than anything Faster Pussycat did. Referencing to Faster Pussycat's first 3 albums, I would say. But man, this is like what sleaze metal is. Like, you know how we always like to say, you have that LA metal, love, hate, LA Guns, Guns N' Roses, then you had like the East Coast, like Spread Eagle. Then you also have Sweden as well, like that Swedish sleaze, like a lot of bands, multiple decades, but even in the 80s, coming out with that sleaze stuff like Nasty Idols. And to the point I always bring up with Nasty Idols too, we're familiar with Vain Jenna from 2005. That band, modern band, or modern of 2005.
Yeah, 21st band.
But like I would bet any kind of money that Vain Jenna had their biggest influence was probably Nasty Idols, coming from the same
Mhm.
country as well. Helps.
Yeah.
But man, Lizzie looks just like Andy, the vocalist as well. They sound this very, very similar. Like,
Yes.
and it's just Nasty Idols is one of the biggest underrated bands, I think, for sleaze metal, in my opinion.
And I'm going to touch upon, you're right, the sleaze metal acts, Coast, East Coast, and Sweden have a different, not just sound, but almost like an attitude to it. I think part of it is you look at cities like LA and New York, there's a seedy, shitty side. Does Sweden have that? Is there a bad place in Sweden?
Yeah.
All I can think is like supermodel looking blondes walking around and everything's clean. Sleaze is coming from.
I'm not sure. I will have to ask some people or go visit myself over in Sweden. So maybe
But I
we'll
mean,
have to
every
do that.
city's got to have their bad parts, but I don't see
We'll have to do that sometime.
a city like a song like "Broken City" being written by someone from Sweden. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not visiting Sweden being this disgusting homeless people with needles sticking out of their arms behind a dumpster place.
Well, I will say if Nasty Idols is faking it, they're doing a damn good job at it. Like,
There you go. There you go. They're all good actors over there.
Yes. All right, so that's my first Heads Down Tinseltown. Brian, give us your next one.
My next one is from another band, the one and only album we got from them, Cats and Boots
Ooh.
debut, Her Monkey. My favorite songs off this album. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, you got your West Coast, and this one's coming from half the bands from
Yeah.
Japan. So I got Sleaze is coming from Japan because that's even cleaner than Sweden. For God's sakes. I always like the way the song's off. It's not what you call it, but it's how it makes you feel. That's a Sleaze line right there. If it's getting you high, who cares what they call it on the streets? Just put it in your body and
Yeah.
go for it. But yeah, these guys check off all the boxes, and I think this is a really solid album. I remember getting this back in the day because of Shotgun Sally,
Okay.
and I liked the first few tracks and kind of listened to it every now and then, but really didn't dive deep into it. Now in 2025, I really appreciate how this goddamn album is.
Okay.
And Joel Ellis has a great voice,
Oh yeah.
a
Yeah.
fantastic voice. And we all know he moved on to do Heavy Bones after this 2-3 years later.
Yeah.
It was a
92. So yeah,
92.
about 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fantastic album as well. But yeah, I always liked this.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Joel. Joel's awesome. Great vocalist as well. This is another album, Brian, that I just don't get to that much. Kicked and Clawed. I just don't get to it. If I reach for something Joel Ellis, it's always Heavy Bones.
Mhm.
But that kind of leads me to this question because they were even a borderline band to where I was like, where would you put Heavy Bones?
Are they Sleaze
Are they?
though?
I mean, there's
I
songs
don't
on
know.
that
I'm
album.
thinking out loud. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know if I consider them
There's
Sleaze.
songs on that album that do not fit Sleaze at all. They're like beautiful
No,
songs, and
no. But then again, I mean, I think a lot of these bands did that.
yeah,
Like on my show when I had Alley Cat Scratch, Roses on My Grave. I don't or Ballad of Jane by LA Guns. There's some songs that have a popular appeal to
yeah,
it, but I don't know if that'd be considered. It's still Sleaze though. They'd still be Sleaze.
okay.
I mean, Ballad of Jane's about a woman who died. Roses on My Grave, like I lived a shit lifestyle. No, it's gonna work. Give a shit. So maybe content in the lyrics.
I
Keep it
guess
Sleaze, even though they're ballads.
because even like the ballads on like Heavy Bones, you have like Anna, you have
Mhm.
what's the other Beating Heart is a
Yep.
ballad. Turn It On is the other ballad. Like those songs, even like the lyrical content aren't Sleaze. Like it's
No,
weird, but they do have the element of a couple of the songs on there, and that's why I
I think
think
it's the voice.
yeah, and I think that's where like I'm kind of at with like this list. The band doesn't necessarily have to be considered sleaze, but the songs or the album is like a sleazy atmosphere, and which we even talked about on your show with Shotgun Messiah. You don't really necessarily think of them as sleaze, but I think that
I
first
never did.
album and Second Coming plays in that part, especially Second Coming. They have that sleaze
I
atmosphere.
think there are some elements there. Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, there is some. It ain't always black and white here, with these
No, no,
bands.
but that's part of the appeal of the
Yeah,
Sleaze as
yep,
well. It's not always cut and
yeah, yep.
dry.
But I like your choice. Anything Joe Ellis, I'm a fan of, so I'm cool with that. You went with Her Monkey, right?
Her
Yeah.
Monkey,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
That's soft that one, but that one I always just the line alone.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not what you call it, how it makes you feel. It's just that's such junky sleaze line.
Anything goes. Anything goes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it's called, it's what it does. That's the important thing.
All right. So my second choice is going to be from Vane. No Respect with the song Beat the Bullet. Now I chose I mean you could kind of argue like you could put Icy on here, you could put Down for the Third Time or any of these songs really.
Secrets, so many good songs.
Yeah, but I went with Beat the Bullet cuz that's my introduction to Vane and that song is amazing. Like it has so much connection to me when I was a teenager and stuff like that. But man, like when you look at these motherfuckers here, like
I know.
now,
Yep.
Brian, we did say previously that Sleaze doesn't really do the makeup, but Vane's one of those bands where they kind of play both sides. Like, would you argue someone then say that they're glam,
No.
or would you say no, they're Sleaze?
I'd say they're more sleaze. You can do these in the makeup.
Okay,
You
all
still,
right.
I think you can do both. I think that's not again. Makeup wasn't one of the criteria to be in or out of sleep. So I think you can, and there's bands that have. So
Okay.
that's one.
That's
of them.
fair.
Alley Cat Scratch you talked about on my show, they definitely fit. So you can do both.
That's fair. Okay.
You tease up your hair, put on lipstick, and be a junky piece of shit that's robbing liquor stores for booze.
That's
You
true.
know?
Yeah.
And,
Look at Davey right there.
yeah,
Look
look
at
at
Davey.
that. Look
Yeah.
at that.
It's
Totally.
yeah. So Beat the Bullet. I just it's just awesome. Just an awesome song. Does have that sleaziness to it. Now it does have a little bit more of a mainstream appeal than say a lot of the other songs on this album. But I think
Oh, yeah.
overall, though, I think Beat the Bullet is just for me. That's where it's at on the album. Just love the chorus. It just has attitude up and down that album. Yeah, and I would 100% agree with you that Vane's not glam. They're way more
No.
sleaze and glam.
Way more dirtier
Yes,
than
yes,
glam.
and that
So I'm with you. That was the song that made me to buy the album back in '89, and I saw the video for it, Headbanger, and it's just like this is the line. I'm praying to the Lord that I beat the bullet.
yeah. What's you talking about? Running away from the cops, drugs, like what? Yeah,
let me just get through this day to the next one. I'm living day by day. I don't know if I'm making it to tomorrow, but I'm rocking the whole way through.
yeah.
And I'm gonna say out now. Spoiler alert here. I do have another song from that album on my
Ooh,
list. That is
okay.
I mean, 10 out of 10 album. I've always said this about it. It is full of attitude and swagger, and every song is killer. Also got no fucks given. It's just like, hey, this is what we're about. Here we are.
Yeah.
And I think the lack of commercial appeal is what maybe make it as big as it could have been, or maybe should have been.
Well,
But
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. I agree. I agree with that. And also, Island, the record label,
Yeah,
that doesn't help either. They went out of business a year or so later, and they dropped them. They dropped Vane from their second album right before it came out. So yeah, they bad luck all the way around. So that is my second choice. Did you want to hit on your Vane choice, or is that going to take you out of order?
Take I can do it. Why not? It doesn't matter. There's no real. I picked the second single off it. Who's Watching You?
Okay, all right.
Just the part where it stops and Davey Vane goes shake.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. There's just so much attitude in the tone of his voice when he says that. And just fantastic. I think more than Beat the Bullet, but they're both great tunes.
Throw a dart.
Every song is just that. It could have been. You could have picked any song. Would have worked. It would have worked. I thought. I almost went with Secrets.
Yeah.
Because that's a really good one. Or Aces when he goes. I got the ace of spades in your ass. Or go through the cards.
Yep.
But yeah, this album is fantastic. It's so good.
Even the title track, No Respect, you could throw on there too. Like,
look at the cover. Put the cover back up there. It's just look at him. Look at Davey's. All attitude right there.
It's like, what the fuck is this?
Give a shit. That's what it is. That's a man not giving any fucks.
Well, he doesn't wear any shoes on stage either. He never did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's another one of those guys.
How do you do that? But on chords and stuff, I couldn't deal
Broken
with it.
glass.
Yeah, exactly. These are the kind of bands that'll be playing in a place where people are throwing bottles at you.
Yes. No doubt.
You're yelling shit at some guy's girlfriend and he gets all pissed and now you're fighting on stage.
At a biker bar. Yeah.
Yes. Halfway during the guitar solo, second song of your set, you're already fighting.
But yeah, I like I said, like we said, throw a dart on that album, and that song is amazing. So,
what's the last song of that?
It's Ready.
Ready. That's a good one.
That's
too.
a cover though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and that's
really good.
And
it's really good. Mr. West.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's still they made it their own, and it's still a sleazy song. Like
exactly, that's what I was gonna say. They made it their own, and it has that sleaziness to it. Like, all right, we're taking this and doing it our way.
100%.
It works out really well.
But yeah, good choice. My next choice here is gonna have to be McQueen Street. My Religion.
Do them Sleaze?
Oh yeah. Like,
really?
especially the song, especially My Religion. Just get fucked. like just fuck everyone. Like, just like
true. All right, the attitude is there.
And then even like their other songs on there, like Money. I ain't got. I'm the friend. If you got money, you're the friend that I need. It's just like down, dirty.
The first leadoff track,
Woman in Love.
No, Woman in Love's after the second one. No, Stick It's another sleazy.
Yeah.
the hell is when I'm in the
Yes.
mood?
Yeah,
I'm in
yeah,
when I'm
that's
in the
right.
mood.
That's right.
It's just that's
Ah,
okay. I never thought of them as Sleaze. I never would have labeled them as
well,
Sleaze.
yeah,
But now that we're talking about it, okay.
yeah,
And now
yeah.
I'm like, I had something from their album on it.
I
That's
mean,
another 10 out of
when you
10.
look
That's a
at them,
great
they
album.
do. They're stripped down. Like there's nothing glammy. There's nothing really that would
Everyone
really.
was in 91, but everyone
Yeah,
was in
yeah.
91, you know.
Well, that's why I
You know,
think.
jeans and
I mean, yeah,
t-shirt
because
and
like you had the pretty boys like Slaughter, Firehouse, bands like that.
they wake up.
No, they weren't. But they didn't really had that.
They didn't go dirty.
Yes, they didn't have that
No,
look though
no,
either. Like they
no.
didn't really look like even like McQueen Street here. Like McQueen Street still has a dirtier look than them. Than what was cool at the mainstream time, of the early
Yeah,
90s.
you're right. Who's the singer? Walsh was
Yeah,
his first
Dare.
name?
Yep.
Uh, he wasn't gonna have posters on like a 16-year-old's wall in a room, but Mark Sloan,
Yes. And when you look at the album here, when you open it up, there's the chick from the front cover of the album. This is the
Right.
promo. This is like the promo, and like how sleazier does that get? Like,
That's hilarious. Well, put the cover up. Put the cover up. It's just a big.
well,
It
th-
doesn't have it on
yeah,
there.
this is the promo. I'll put it up on the screen now. I'll
Uh,
put it up on the screen.
yeah, it's got that 60-foot woman image and
Like,
it's grabbing trucks
yeah,
and high heels.
yeah. It's like my religion. Though, when that song comes on, it's like everyone get the fuck out the way. Like,
There is a griminess to it. I'll
yes,
agree
yes,
with that.
and a
Yeah,
couple of the other tracks that we mentioned, like, and their ballad on there. It's not a power ballad either, In Heaven. That's not a
me too.
power ballad. That has a dirtiness to it, a sad, maybe even anti-ballad a little bit. But yeah, I think McQueen Street was one of the curveballs, I think, that I was telling you about
Mhm.
for this, because it's not a band that isn't like the first thing that you think of when you think of Sleaze.
No, not
But
even close.
they check the boxes though. They check the boxes, in my opinion.
I'm trying to think which ones they may not check. If you look at I don't think they look as grimy and dirty as like a Salty Dog or Sea Hags. I don't know what these bands with the ocean references and sailor shit. I don't understand. But like, I mean, I'll give it to you. It's such a great album. I'm not gonna, say anything bad about it. It's a fantastic album.
Yeah, you just they wouldn't be your first Sleaze pick. Right.
If I consider them Sleaze, they would be on one of my
Okay,
lists
all right.
easily. It's a great album. The album's that good. I didn't really consider them Sleaze.
Okay, well, where would you put them?
Okay, God, that's a good question. That came out what, 91?
Yeah.
On the same group, like a Kick Tracy or a Taiketo, where they had commercial appeal.
No, Taiketo was as mainstream as you
Taiketo
could
a little
get.
too far over to the side. They were, AOR radio friendly.
Yeah, they're more Firehouse than they are McQueen Street.
Yeah, but I think McQueen Street is more Firehouse than, let's say, the Sea Hags.
Really?
Yeah, or Spread Eagle.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think they're on the same level as Spread Eagle. No way.
Well, not many are. Not,
That's the thing. There you go. It's a high standard. Okay, I'll give that to you. Though I think I definitely have an album on my song on my list that is right there. If not, personally, I think past
okay, all right.
Spread Eagle.
Now, Brian, what do you have for your 4?
My Religion. I think that was the song that got me to buy the album.
My Religion. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Wait. No, I'm on my 4th, aren't I?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4th. Yeah, 4th. Coin flip for me. It was 2 songs from Faster Pussycat's second album, When It's Over. I almost went with Where There's a Way, because the content of that song, it doesn't get more sleaze than a song praising S&M and a woman that's in during sexual activities. But I went with, 'cause I think I've talked about that song before, but I went with Slip of the Tongue.
Okay.
The first 2 albums by Faster Pussycat, I definitely would put as Sleaze, totally.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought this would be one that you might have a little issue with. It's got the attitude, it's got the content. Tammy Down's voice isn't as gritty as the others, but there is a grit to it. And if you look at pictures of them, they just look like guys that would be a problem. Again, you go over their house, they're gone. There's a couple of whiskey bottles empty, and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna get called for bail money in about. happen here? But yeah, that song in itself with the slumming deep shit, this has a whole sleaze attitude towards it. The thing is, the follow up Whipped, they have a lot of songs on there that I was sleaze songs,
Right.
like Nonstop to Nowhere, or Loose
Big
Booty, or
Dictionary.
Cat Call. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Well, Friends, that's another one. But I mean, even their ballad off this album, being abandoned by their dad, I think that would be a big component. If you're raised in a nice neighborhood, an affluent neighborhood with rich parents with a pool in the backyard, you're probably not going to turn to sleaze metal as your go-to occupation. Maybe accountant, not sleaze metal.
Yeah, I'm I don't give it like the anti ballad. I'll just that was another point. Like do you think the sleaze side of things has a lot of the anti ballad?
Trying to think of one that's not. I don't think they. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't think of one song. Like one band I almost put on the list, Dangerous Toys, but I think it's more like a Texas or blues based metal. Same with Junkyard.
Yeah, yeah.
And their ballads are even not about lovey dovey. What was it? Best of Friends.
Yeah,
It was about your friend getting killed running from the police. And you got to speak at his funeral. Is it Hands Off? He's talking about his girlfriend sleeping with his best friend.
Yeah, giving him head.
Yeah, that you give him head. Yeah. So even that's not like your typical kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot. I think you might be right about that.
And I
Not about we fell in love and now we're living happily ever
Yes.
after. No, it's like she died of an overdose, or my friend got killed, or my life sucks and no one's gonna give a crap when I'm dead. Those kind of things, you know.
yeah, and like laws against love, like Vane, like there
There you go.
stuff like that.
Yes.
And even like Spread Eagle, like we come back to Spread Eagle seems like all the time, but like Through These Eyes, like that is not your typical ballad, So yeah, there is a big component to that. And to another point that you said about like the Texas metal or Texas blues metal, I think that's where like sleaze metal and like blues metal really, really combine. Like it's really hard. Like you're really going through that with a fine tooth comb. Like if you don't put Dangerous Toys in sleaze, like that kind of deal. Like it's kind of like where else would we put them? Oh yeah, blues metal or whatever. But
category for them. Fuck
yeah,
it.
yeah, fuck it. Yeah. We like to be detailed here. We're the
yes,
guys.
that's right. We're very specific in our categorizations.
But yeah, I mean, as far as Faster Pussycat, they're like, I always consider them dirty glam. So, but what do you call dirty glam? I guess you call it sleaze. So
yeah, that's I think their first two albums, that's what they were going for, and then the third album with Whip, they kind of tried to go a little more commercial appeal.
Yeah,
we've said it before. That album's all over the place.
Yes, it is.
It's all over. It's not one like the first two albums are pretty on what you're getting song wise, musically, and tone. The third album, it's just like, oh, that could be a radio hit, or that's really sleazy. So is a rap with recordings.
Yeah, or this sounds like Mother Love Bone. Like
yeah,
yep. It is, and that's actually the album Whipped that I had the longest for Faster Pussycat and the first. So like that's kind of maybe that's why I don't really see Faster Pussycat as a sleaze. Like they're certainly not the first one. I won't disagree. I won't like argue with anyone like, oh, they're not sleaze, but they're just not. I think there's plenty of bands that did it better, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean like that. I'm gonna go to war with you over that.
That's the thing, because you did with McQueen Street. It's like, all right, it checks off the boxes. What we said, this thing of it being sleaze, and I don't feel that with McQueen Street. You don't feel that with Faster Pussycat, but the boxes are checked.
Could it be though with Faster Pussycat? At least in my mind, when I'm listening to them, I feel like I'm having too much fun. Like it's a glam atmosphere. Like I'm having too much fun with the first two albums with Faster Pussycat compared to any of these other sleaze albums in the genre.
I think. Well,
is that a fair point? Is it like do you know what I mean? Like
I think lyrics all over the place.
Okay.
What's the one song off of the debut? Something Bottle. Oh God, what's the name of the song? Yeah, but it's about drinking. Like it's like, yeah, the guy's trying to make light of it and has a good time. Like, nah, dude, it's a problem. The way you're singing it sounds like a problem. Most people think that's an issue, dude. You need an
Yeah.
intervention. So what's
Yeah.
going on?
Okay.
But yeah, and then there's other songs like Don't Change That Song.
Right.
That's not really sleazy. Just, oh, I like this music.
Mm-hmm.
Bathroom Wall, all right, yeah, we're back to sleaze, but it's got a poppier sound to the song to a point.
Right.
Again, I consider them sleaze, but yeah, there are some elements in some of them where it could be argued that it's not.
Okay. My fourth one here now is going to be Goddard off the album Dial Hard and Love for Money. This is another curveball. This to me, this is a sleazy song, and you could even argue sleazy album. Now, but nothing else that Goddard ever did is sleazy, and I'm 100% in agreement with you on that. Like to where you don't think, but this album is deep blues, well, not even deep blues. It's a good. It's what was going on in 1993, 1994 when this came out.
Yeah.
You know, like you had that sleaze was the only way out to have a chance. Like obviously the glam and the AOR shit fell way to the wayside by that point.
I was done.
You know, like you needed to have an edge, you needed to have attitude, and this is the answer to that. But Love for the Money, awesome. That fucking riff in this song, one of the best crunchy riffs, tonnage wise as well. I do wish there was a better solo. That's the only thing that I would even say is a negative, which is not a negative, but it is a little bit for me for this song.
Just nitpicking the guitar solo.
Yes. So like, but to me, that's an easy top 10 song of the genre. Of the hair metal genre, not just sleaze, of the genre. So and
it's just, it is a good tune. I'm not gonna argue.
It's just dripping with attitude. It's just like, fuck you, babe. You know, like it's like kind of like break it up, like just shove it to your girlfriend or whatever. Like
I didn't really know about them back in the day. I mean, 93, you really weren't seeing this kind of music all over the place like you did in 89. Yeah, so I gave a listen to the album, like, holy shit, this is killer. Damn, how is this thing not in my life all this time? And yeah, that is favorite tracks off the album. It is a really good song. It's a good album. Like I said, the only flaw is the Beatles cover was Come Together. And it's like, you gotta at least play that part. What are you doing?
Well,
guitars instead. Like,
and to the point of the anti-ballad, there's not an anti-ballad on here. It's just a regular ballad to end off the album. I'm on my way, basically being on the road type ballad.
Yeah. Boo-hoo.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an amazing ballad, but it's not an anti-ballad though either. But man, Love for Money, it's hard. Like just the attitude in that song is over the top. The tonnage is over the top. The riff, and even the lyrical content is sleazy as well. But I know that was another curveball one. I just had to push in here. I had to force into the square peg, into this list.
Well, but the ones you're forcing in there, they're good. They're good songs.
And they're ones that once you think about it, you're like, I guess that does check the boxes.
It's nothing so crazy out of left field. Oh, I picked "I Won't Forget You" by Poison. What?
I picked nothing from Tough, or something like that. So, well, that's another band with the makeup coming in real late.
Are they sleazy though?
No. Well, that's true, but I just meant like at the time, like 1991, and they're wearing heavy makeup, and it's like what, kind of the wrong timing here.
I don't know if they did that a lot after the album cover.
Not because like on their second album, Fist First, they're
yeah.
But
totally done.
But that is my fourth one, Love for Money. Highly recommend. Brian, give us your final choice here.
My last one, how we didn't have anything by these guys on my show. Even when I was putting this second, how do I not have these guys? One of my all-time favorite albums. Every song is killer, but one of my favorites, Keep Nicotine from Doing the Nasty by Slick Toxic.
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
I would put this album slightly above Spread Eagle's debut.
Shit, really?
Yeah, I've had some more time with this. I got this back in the day, so every song is killer. And yeah, the one ballad by the fireside is not your anti-ballad, but White Lies I would say it
But
is.
by the fire in a really broken down like a broken down alley, you know,
I was gonna
in a
say,
trash can by the
I was gonna
fire
say the
department.
trash can in the middle of a abandoned apartment complex, your fireside. But I mean, I could have picked any off this album and been totally fine. And like I said, one of my favorite all-time albums, top to bottom. This thing is great.
Mhm.
And from Canada,
Yeah.
the seedy underbelly of Toronto. But yeah, what's the one line? She's tearing up my penthouse. It's high society, the club I'm not, but I like my magazines. Like, and then you have the whole phone call conversation. I told you not to call me. Just problems around you, and they were a problem. They had their issues with drugging and drinking, and just being a total issue for anyone that had to deal with them. And
Yeah.
great album, just a great album.
And to your point of them being a problem, when they were at the Canada award show, they got awarded, they got rewarded and stuff like that. And one of the band members got drunk and got behind the wheel of the record manager or record owner's limo or car and wrecked it. And you never heard from him again. You never heard from from the band again. It's like, oh my
That's a
god.
hell of a way to destroy your.
Yeah, and that's Sleaze. That
God.
is Sleaze.
Yes,
I'm
it
right there
is.
with you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they're right there with the Canadian Skid Row. A lot of people like to draw that
Yeah,
parallel there.
but
I
they're way sleazier than Skill.
well,
Way grimier.
would you say sleazier than Slave to the Grind? Because that is
Yeah.
where Skid Row was sleazy. Like their debut's not really that sleazy at all.
No, but they went heavier. I don't think they went sleazier. They went heavier.
Okay.
I mean, Sebastian Bach does not have the gritty sleaze metal. I mean, it's a fantastic, unbelievable
Overall, I
voice.
would agree. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think, like I said, they went heavier and went darker with some of their content, but it wasn't this. Again, you feel it when you hear it. And I don't get that from Slave to the
And
Grind. Great, it's not a sleaze metal
right,
by any
and
stretch of the
really
imagination.
overproduced in sleaze metal terms. In
Yeah,
sleaze
I
metal
guess you could
terms,
say
you
that.
know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, that's borderline to me. I wouldn't argue if someone said, "Hey, Slave to the Grind sleaze." I wouldn't argue that, I guess, but it's not. It's certainly not going to be obviously on any of these lists here.
No,
So,
I don't know which one would even make it.
yeah, chain gang maybe living on the chain gang.
Otherwise, I'd almost say maybe Monkey Business. Like a line like "Freaks come out at 9, it's 20 to 10." That's kind of like, yeah, it's pretty fucked
Yeah,
up here. Fucked
yes.
up here.
But yeah, that's a good point. And living on the chain gang is a pretty good lyrical sleaze style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would also say, what's the one with I never wanted to be president because it's a pile of shit.
get the funk out.
Riot
Oh,
Act,
not get
Riot
the
Act,
funk
get the
out.
fuck out's another one.
Get the fuck out. Yeah.
And what's the one with oh shit, it was one of the singles too, the one about addiction.
Quicksand Jesus.
Not Quicksand Jesus. That's a great
In a
tune.
darkened room.
No, the one that closes out Waste Time.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's a total another one too. Where the content, yeah, maybe, but it's basically your what's what I'm looking for? More your popish metal just gone heavier.
Okay.
And it's a great
Yeah,
album. Don't get me wrong,
Okay.
but it's not like you look at the cover of Doing the Nasty. It's a guy in a disgusting, grimy, hideous bathroom. I remember because whenever I have I post pictures of what songs I'm playing, and I played a song off this album, and someone just responded, "The cover of this album makes me sick every time I look at it." There you go. Oh, there's just Lee's a grimy, disgusting, dirty, goddamn public restroom.
I agree with you because the first 5 years I had that album when I was a kid, I had no idea what the album cover was. I look at it and I just thought it was like a real shitty piece of art. I didn't even know it was stalls and people throwing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with that choice. Good album all the way around, and
Because
Canada's
he's the
answer.
name of the band.
Yeah, it was Canada's answer to Sleaze.
Yeah. Yep.
So all right, good. I knew that was gonna be on your list. That's why I did not want to put them on. I thought if Brian don't put Slick Toxic on, we're gonna have problems.
I hit me when I was putting the list. Go, holy shit! I didn't bring these guys up. What the hell's wrong with me, and I'm like, I gotta put them up there. They gotta be
Yeah.
there. They gotta
Yep.
fucking be there. Like I said, I think this is on the same level, if not slightly higher than Spread Eagle's debut. But even though they're from Toronto, it has the attitude as that Spread Eagle album, where it's just like, yeah, there's genius to this music industry, and we've just done some messed up stuff. Let's sing about it. I mean, ballads and Hell of a Time might be your most
Commercial.
friendly or
Yeah.
commercial hits, but a lot of this is just fucking rhyme and
Rachel's Dead.
nastiness. Yeah, Rachel's dead. Rachel's breathing. Have what's about them going on stage? Midnight Grind.
Yeah, Crashed.
Crash is a good Marionette. Like, it's so many good songs.
Yeah.
But
I'm with you.
yeah, Sweden is fucking great. I could go off this album all day. It's one of my all-time favorites. Good stuff.
That's good. That's a good pick, Brian. I'm with you on that. So my final choice is probably gonna be the most questionable on this list. And
Oh, great.
yeah. So stand your ground here, Brian. Stand your ground here. And I am going with
Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer.
Britney Fox with Louder from Bite Down Hard. Louder, Brian.
Britney Fox is sleazy.
Gone are the days of the Continental Congress of Britney Fox.
Founding fathers look as long gone. You are right.
Gone are the days of that. Once they brought Tommy Paris in, they really stripped down the look. They brought an attitude to this whole album and their sound. And Louder and
that's a good
well,
song.
just Louder. Like, when you listen to that, you run through a fucking wall and nothing's gonna stop you. Cops ain't gonna stop you. Drugs ain't gonna stop you. You know, like now you could argue that the lyrical content might not exactly line up to drugs or sex or whatever. But man, like, tell me you don't run through a fucking wall. And like, there's attitude though too, still, to those lyrics, to the sound. Like, even like Michael Kelly said that they weren't really like trying for that, because obviously here it's 1991. Sleaze is around. Sleaze is picking up steam here, and they're not really trying for that. But I think Tommy's voice kind of really brought that to the. He has a little. He doesn't have like your typical raspy voice. It is pretty clear, but it has that power and attitude.
There's a grittiness to it.
You know, so it might be a little bit of a, I don't know what you call it, maybe an anomaly as far as, because even like you can even argue most of the albums on the sleazier side of things. You just don't think of Britney Fox, and I agree. Britney Fox isn't a sleaze band. I agree.
No,
they're not. But that part,
they're colonial metal,
1776 metal.
That's right.
But I think this album, and certainly this song, checks a lot of boxes for sleaze. Like, if you want a really good crossover sleaze song, this would probably be it. If you are kind of like, you get one of those charts where you have like 3 circles, and like when you put them all together and they all come.
The Venn diagram. The Venn diagram. Yeah.
So this song Louder would probably fit in a diagram like that, like right in the middle of all these like subgenres of hair metal.
I don't know. Part of me feels like you pushed it.
Okay, is that a little bit too much of a gamble?
And now you're doing Britney, where I'm thinking now, wait a minute. He put Louder by Britney Fox and didn't put anything from Doing It Nasty by Slick Toxic.
I know that you were gonna put it. I'm not gonna. I don't want to rehash. I don't want to rehash anything.
But I think part of it might be. I'm just spitballing here. The shit they went through with Dizzy Dean, where they were just like all pissed, like, we all this shit with this fucking guy. Fuck him. We're gonna put out an album that's just ball. They did. Don't get me wrong, and they did.
And that is a factor of sleaze, like that attitude, that edginess, like, because like I said, obviously I'm in agreement with you. They're not a sleaze band, but this album, this song specifically, is like, whoa, what? Like, you could line this up against almost any other sleaze song, and it has the punch, it has just the attitude, it has everything working towards a sleaze sound.
I got what you're saying, but I also feel that the attitude is more directed because they're pissed, where a sleaze metal this is how I live my life. Fuck everybody. I don't
Well,
give
they're
a
pissed at
shit.
the world. Sleaze
I
Metal's
live
pissed at the world.
dangerously. I'm gonna die fast. And I don't care. Fuck the system. Fuck everyone that disagrees. I don't give a shit. Like it's more where, all right, I'm drunk and high, and at the moment I'm pissed. I'm gonna punch a cop in the face and take his police cruiser. Guys, and don't care about the consequences. Like he'll be in jail, going, all right, whatever. I got a lawyer. I got his number memorized. I'll just call him up.
Yes, yeah, every 15
But
minutes.
in this case, Britney Fox is bad because of the stuff they went through. I mean,
I get you. I know this is probably like I said, the most controversial one, but I think it deserves to be talked about in this kind of setting because I think, yeah, I think louder. It's too heavy for your casual hair metal fan. I think like your glam, like I think it's a little too heavy on that side. It's like not where you put the band, but where do you put this song? Because it's out like. What other Britney Fox song from the first 2 albums are kind of on that level on Louder?
I don't think. Let's see. I think with Britney Fox, Bite Down Hard is it's almost like a different category than the first two.
100%.
Because they were made when the band is trying, first album when they first get signed, you get your first album, the Lifetime to Write, the second album is pushed out where they're still working together as a band.
And more commercial.
And more commercial. But by the time they go to tour on, they're ready to kill each other. They're like, fuck this, Dean leaves. And now you got a pissed off band that are like, all right, you know what? Fuck everybody. We're making this album because we're pissed. But I don't know if it's the same. Being pissed at someone, what you went through them is not the same as just being pissed at the world just because. It's because all your poor choices in life, it's the world's fault now.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. But sonically, it feels the same. It feels sonically anyway.
But when you say it's heavier, what do you mean by heavier? Just like lyrically, tone-wise?
Tone, guitar, band, like sonically, like tell me another Britney Fox song because obviously Boys in Heat, they're playing more commercial, even more commercial than their first album. Because there are some like edgy elements on their debut, like Hold On is pretty heavy. But overall though, like we're touching ground here with Bite Down Hard of that time of 1991, which is sleaze metal. Everything's getting heavier at this moment.
Yeah, but I'm wondering. I'm thinking of like Slave to the Grind heavier than the previous.
Okay,
album.
yeah. See, maybe that would fall into that category then too. Bite Down Hard as Slave to the Grind type. Would you see it? Are you kind of making that comparison? Like they're kind of similar.
Like, saying they both went heavier. Okay. There's definitely an add to those albums, but I don't know if I consider them
okay.
sleaze,
All right.
I get what you're saying. That one particular
right.
But I mean, you can nitpick any kind of band would have a song that might seem this is kind of extreme, but saying like "Look What the Cat Dragged In" by, and it's not what their other songs aren't that heavy,
right?
In a way, though I'm not a real fan of that song. But yeah, a lot of people say that's almost like thrash, and so I'm like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, let's not get too crazy here. Yeah,
but it is heavier than anything else that you have on that album.
Fair, yeah.
I wouldn't call them a heavy band.
No. Well, yeah,
but if I had someone, I don't know if I'd say that.
Well, and that's where I'm just like saying with this it's just this song, like just this song.
I understand that. No, we understand that. We understand that.
But I mean I knew that was going to be the most controversial one, so I saved it for last.
There you go. But also, let's say they put out that song when they were up like George fucking Washington. Is it sleaze? Sleaze?
No,
or is it more revolutionary metal?
I don't think so because you're missing that element of pissed to the song. Yeah. Michael Kelly's guitar playing on Louder and just that album in general, but like on Louder is like, holy fuck, Johnny D's drumming there. Like even Tommy Paris, like he had no reason to be pissed at anybody. He just got a new job on a big band, you could argue, I guess, somewhat big. He has nothing to really be pissed at, but like his powerful vocals, I think too, like there's no real vocal style or a vocalist in sleaze that is like Tommy Paris either. So maybe that's kind of like a disconnect there.
Yeah, I'd put his voice more on Dizzy Dean Tom Kiefer.
Oh, really?
Kind of
What?
sound,
Oh my gosh!
was,
Really? No, I would push it closer to the Sebastian Bach, honestly.
What? No way. No way.
As far as like sounding,
I can't be on the show no more.
as he doesn't have a raspiness like Tom Kiefer or Dizzy Dean.
Yeah, I totally think there is. I think they found a guy that was very close to Dizzy Dean.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Although I will say,
listen to him on the live
yeah, no,
album singing
I was just gonna
stuff
say
from the first two.
I was just gonna say
you can hear it.
the live stuff sounds really good with him doing Dean's stuff, but it's different though.
It's very similar as well. I think it's very similar.
Okay. All right.
It's what's the one song? Fuck, it was their first single. Long Way to Love. Long Way to Love was the first single. When it starts off with the beginning Revolution.
Yes, yeah.
And it kicks into that sounds like Dizzy Dean singing.
Okay.
I think it's very close.
Now,
especially that initial scream from Rock Revolution. Oh yeah. It's very close.
And I agree. Like obviously Dizzy did get more tame, as time went on. So like he started using more of his clean voice and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Which I guess in that aspect, like Tommy does kind of match up pretty well. But like he doesn't have the rasp that Tom or Dizzy does. I
think it's there. It's close. I think they found a guy that was pretty close.
That's fair.
To albums, that's what I think.
All right. Really? Okay. All right. I gotta put the helmet on here for when I listen to these albums again. All right, listen for Dizzy on this album, or listen for Tommy on this album, So, but all right, I'm cool. And like I said, I know
because if you listen to what's the one song off that album, "Closer to Your Love," that sounds like something that could have been off the debut.
Okay.
Easily, it has a very similar one of my favorite songs off the that album, but it has a very similar sound as something they would have done dressed as John Hancock and Sam Adams.
The Continental Congress. Now let me throw this at you here. Would you consider "Shot from My Gun" more of a sleazy song than "Louder" off this album?
I think it's right there. Okay. If you're going individual songs, I think it's right there. That's what I was thinking of when you said "Louder."
It was honestly between those two, but I think "Louder" just packs that punch, man. When that comes on, it's like holy shit,
Yeah, it does. I agree. It's a great tune.
Okay. I mean, I'm not here to change anyone's minds, but I don't mind putting that song on a Sleaze playlist. I'll.
If it came up, I'd skip it now. No, I might be like, this is a kick-ass tune, sure.
Fair enough.
There you go.
All right, Brian, my man, this has been fun. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Definitely, I got a bunch of stuff going on. First, check out the Hairband Basement right here on YouTube. I started a few back. You'll see the other the companion episode to this one there. You can find me on X, on Twitter, at HB Basement. Always talking music there. And I got my radio show, Hairband Basement, on Station Head. Download the app and listen to deep tracks from the metal genre every Friday night at 8:30 Eastern.
All right.
That's all my stuff.
Good deal. Thank you, my man, for coming on once again.
Thanks for having me on. It was great. Great music.
Always fun to have these discussions. Disagreements and agreements. More times agreements than disagreements.
That's what music's all about. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Give us some list of Sleaze songs that you absolutely love. And give us some controversial stuff as well. We're not afraid, obviously, as what we just talked about. We ain't afraid of that.
Say Bon Jovi and watch Trevor lose his shit.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off.
Yeah, don't do that, please. I'll be staying up at night in my room. I'll be like, what? Fuck, how did they say that? But
never say goodbye is Sleaze.
But guys, stay out of that collateral damage. That's Hair Basement Brian. I'm Crash. And there's only 3 rules to Sleaze Metal, Brian. You want to know what they are? 1, you got to have fun. Number 2, you can't give a shit. And number 3, you got to get fucked up.
Yeah, fuckload of drugs. Buttload of drugs.
gonna rock your body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.